trying to answer why I head straight. I head straight. And what will I become if I don't look back? Give myself a reason for this and that. I can learn, no you turn. I'ma stay right here where I'm at. Where I'm at. But I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Here I am. Made it to the end of you. Never had a chance, but I'm around. No, no.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Never Turn Back Aid for Gaza. This is not quite the finale, but it is the end of what we've been doing so far. So Fade Leaf. So Never Turn Back was our idea of a fundraising event for, well, Gaza. Um, and the original plan was to do it in August of last year. And we thought that in one single month, we would be able to do all 326 story paths in Shadow the Hedgehog. Turns out that takes a lot longer than we thought. So we figured, okay, 2 months, March and April. Turns out it takes a lot longer than that as well. Now we're at the end of April. And as a result, the original challenge of the fundraiser has been failed. But that's not the important part, is it? The important part is that we're doing this for a good cause. We are gathering funds for Project Hope's Gaza relief effort. We have gathered up $733 so far. And there's no real reason for us to stop. You know? So here's what's gonna happen. Today we're doing a little stream. It's gonna be the last one of this ongoing active series of streams. And then throughout the year, we'll just sprinkle in Never Turn Back streams. Here and there. To keep building on the funds and to keep progressing on the story routes. They will work the same way these have done. They will have the same rules. They will have the same setup. They just won't be almost every day of the month. There also might be, we also might put in another full month later in the year if we feel like it. Maybe around October or something. Actually, no, that's Halloween month. But maybe September or something. We'll figure something out. But yeah, that's the plan. Hello, Moto. Oh, this is right. Do we have a filter on the camera or something? Hold on. Oh. No, the filters are turned off. Why is it so incredibly bright? That exposure is ridiculous. Okay, let's turn off auto exposure. There we go. We're pale. We're not that pale. We end the Year of Shadow and enter the Year of Shadow 2. Exactly. Yeah, the original reason this was placed in March was because April marked the beginning and end of Year of Shadow. So, we wanted to do it before Year of Shadow was over, which obviously failed that, but here we are. Anyway, so let's go. Hop into the game. Let's get rid of this game swap thingy. That number is not accurate. Hold on. Yeah, so we ended last stream by doing episode Shadow of Sonic Forces, which is a short thing. It was a piece of free DLC released on the same day as Sonic Forces, which makes you wonder, why wasn't it just in the base game? It's free. It was at launch. It's literally the prequel to the game. And yet, for some reason, they decided to make you download it separately. Video games. Why is the game not showing up? There we go. Alright. Yeah, the new game swap is Sonic 06 Shadow Story. Which might be negated if we end up doing a full Sonic 06 playthrough, by the way. Because in that case, we might as well just put it in there. And if we do that before this is met, we will just replace whatever it was with some other thing and count the money towards that. No sound. What the hell? Oh, right, because we changed the game audio to be Sonic Forces. Hold on. There's a problem with not using desktop audio and using separate sources. There. Now there should be audio. Yeah, you're right, Moto. It is a psychological trick. You're absolutely right. Alright. Look at the select mode. So we will be doing library 676, which is gonna take us to these two levels, which we don't have the keys on yet. We're gonna try and find the keys this time, so we already have the A ranks. Yeah, let's do that. And we're off. Okay. It's been a fun event, you know? Like, yes, like it's for a good cause, that's the most important thing, but like it's also nice that we have had a really good time, right? Like, did a lot of fun things. The no guns run. Blindfolded run. We had some Shao Garden fun in SA2.
Hey Shadow, long time no see. Looks like these black creatures really mean business.
Episode Shadow sucked, but like we got to show off some cool levels in Sonic Forces. Because there are a few good levels there.
Nice going, Shadow. That's the ticket. I repeat. Hey Shadow, that's one of the Chaos Emeralds. With that Chaos Emerald, we can unlock unlimited power.
And of course, it's been nice to have Oni on. Oni's been on a lot of these streams, and that was a lot of fun too. It's a shame that no one else we invited to be a guest ended up accepting it. But you know, people are busy. It's understandable. We invited a few Sonic content creators, and they said no. Rather, they didn't respond. But also invited a few voice actors or slash actors involved in the Sonic series, and no answer there either. Which we kind of expected that, you know. Like we're a nobody. But even so, doing a 2-month-long fundraising event as mostly a solo host has been not as draining as we worried it would be. It's actually been alright. How are the audio levels, by the way? Because we had to readjust them when we played Sonic Forces. Oh, the level seems good now? Okay, good. I was oh. That was us changing the direction of the microphone.
Shadow, give me a hand.
Yeah, this really is. This is not even a 21 streams, and like it's like how many times we played through Westopolis? It's like you gotta remember, this is our 76th story playthrough, but one story playthrough was aborted midstream at the end of the first stream. There's been crashes as well. Then you have the blindfolded run we did. Been a lot of Westopolis runs past 2 months.
Anybody who gets in my way is my enemy.
And also Westopolis run of the 2D game.
Perfect.
One time I accidentally followed the wrong story path. That's true. We got the wrong goal. That was on Cosmic Fall. We quickly had to like shut down before it saved. Which thankfully is pretty easy to do because it doesn't save until after the results screen. But yeah. Westopolis is a good level though. Like it's genuinely a really good level. Back in the day, people really clowned on it for like being such a departure from other Sonic games. You know, like most Sonic games start with like a very like colorful and bright first level. You know, Green Hill Zone, Emerald Hill Zone, Angel Island Zone, Emerald Coast, City Escape. What's the one in Heroes called? Seaside Hill. Then this game comes in with like, you know, fucking burning skies and explosions and just like a city burning. Like don't get me wrong, like obviously there's been like darker story themes or level themes before, but like as the first level, not really. Closest you get if you play Dark Story first in Sonic Adventure 2, because then you get Iron Gate as your first level. But it's good. Like it's like Westopolis is really good. Like it's well paced. We like that. You can't get the hero or dark mission before the goal ring. You have to go past the goal ring, so you have to learn that like that's something you can do. It's not always just running for the goal ring. Game is a good balance. Like if you don't want to attack humans for some reason, the very first thing that happens is that like a gun soldier is killed by an explosion. You still get that gun from the soldier to get like learn the gunplay. Even if you still haven't decided to attack the humans yet, because obviously like if you're following like if you won't know that that you have the mission to attack humans until you meet Black Doom, which is later in the level. So it's a nice little way to do it. Like it's very well paced, very well made. Looks good, it's fun. Yeah, solid. Same. Yeah, no, like I mean, we permanently think of the amazing digital circuits every time we're in this level. Speaking of, when the hell is episode 5? Wasn't episode 4 like... Episode 3 was around Halloween. Episode 4 was like around New Year's, maybe? It was a long time ago at least, right? We realize these things obviously take time. It's like a small studio making very high quality 3D animated series length episodes, you know? But it was December, yeah. Damn. Up to 6 months. Oh, okay, 5 months. Sorry. Can't count 6 months from May, because then it's technically only the beginning of December. But yeah, no. Hoping episode 5 comes soon. We haven't seen. They also released a pilot for a new show. We haven't seen that one yet. At the studio did, Lich. Don't know if it's by whose works or not. But Lich. What the fuck happened there? How did it shoot it? We were like behind it.
Jump! Hey, they're on our side.
Anyway, we love the Amazing Digital Circus, and we can't wait to see what their next episode's gonna be. If you want to learn more about Ragatha, Ragatha's our fave. Although the last episode did very much put
Sorry about this.
Gangle in like our top 3.
Perfect.
It's funny. We've been talking about the Amazing Digital Circus like during the Digital Circuit level, like almost every time we play the level. And every time we try to remember the lyrics to the Amazing Digital Circus song from the start of the first episode, after Kane introduces himself, Circus. It's very simple. It's just like listing off the names, and then it's day after day after day after day we fly. The sun and the moon and we don't know why, or something like that. But like, we never remember the fucking order of the names. We just can't. Ah, fuck, we missed the... Oh well. Which web original show is this level? And, you know, honestly, the aesthetic is a little murder dronesy. We're gonna stick on the glitch part. Murder Drones being the show that Glitch did before Amazing Digital Circus. I think technically it ended after Amazing Digital Circus started. By the way, Moto, did we ever tell you that like the first time we met, like literally the day we met on the or like the moment we met at the airport in London, that was like minutes after we watched the first episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. Because we were like we arrived like about 2 hours before you did, we think. First we ate, and then we like we just like listening to like a podcast or something, and then we were like, oh, that was our podcast. What should we do now? Like, he won't be here for another like half an hour or so. And then we like was scrolling for YouTube and was like, oh, fine, we'll finally watch the Amazing Digital Circus and see what that is. And then we were hooked. Did you have like Wi-Fi on the airplane, or did you like download it to your phone or something?
I found
Like,
it.
because we didn't have any access to any like connectivity like that, so like we just had like some podcasts on our phone downloaded and like an audiobook or something,
Perfect.
and like some music. Download music, yeah. I mean, flying to London was like a breeze compared to flying to Japan. Like flying to Japan is the was like it was a 14-hour flight, and like it's funny because like we flew as a child, like as a really young child, like so long ago that we don't remember it.
This blue sky. Staring
But
at it from afar. Have I seen it before?
between then and going to Japan in 2017, we actually had never been on an airplane. So, like when our friend was like, "Hey, you want to go to Japan?" and we were like, "Oh yeah, absolutely, that sounds fun," and we said yes. And then like on the way to the airport, we're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we've never really been on a plane as an adult. Like last time we were on a plane, we were like 2 years old, and we do not remember any of it. We have no idea if we can like handle flights." And she was like, "You're going on a 14-hour flight, not even knowing if you're like scared of flights?" We're like, "Yep." Turns out we're not afraid of flights, so it's fine. But it was still it was a decision, you know.
God must have left it behind. It looks like it can jump pretty high.
They have 14 hours without Wi-Fi, and being someone who suffers insomnia. It fucking we hate the weapon swap thing. Here we go. Yeah, 14-hour flight, no Wi-Fi, someone who suffers from chronic insomnia, meaning you can't just sleep through it, you know, was an interesting experience. We mostly spent it looking out the window and like going, ooh, at things we hadn't seen before. And then like taking photos with a plushie around the airplane. Okay, if we had to like go up to like the restroom, we would like take a little bit of a detour around other parts of the plane, just like look at them. There were movies. We don't think we had movies on. Some flights we've been on have movies. Not all of them though. We've been to Japan twice, and we think one of them had and one of them didn't. But honestly, we're too picky. We remember like looking at like the selection and be like, we don't want to watch any of this shit. So, hold on, did we just skip a thingy? No, we didn't. We want to go back to Japan soon. Can't afford it, but when we can afford it, we want to go back. It was really fun being there. We have friends there we haven't seen in years now. Then again, we also have friends in like other parts of the world that we've never seen or haven't seen in an even longer time period. So you know, next international trip is likely gonna be Germany anyway, provided that's where the next FanFest is. Provided we get tickets to FanFest. You never know.
What are you doing? Good job, Shadow. I'm detecting only 2 sources remaining. I detect the high energy firearms won't be any good against those shields. Strike them directly.
Huh? Where's it? Oh.
You need to destroy all the power sources. Turn back around.
Oof. Yeah.
The weather gets a bit.
I mean, there are worse films to watch, but yeah. think if we were to go to Japan again, we would probably load up on TV series on our. I mean, we have a laptop, you know, and like we have an external hard drive, so we just like watch stuff from that probably. Are we taking the plane to Germany before? We've been to Germany, but I don't remember if we've ever like taken a plane to Germany. I don't think so.
There must be just one more
Wait, what? Did we fucking miss it?
ruins can fall back to where they came.
How the fuck did that happen? Wait, what? 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 It's what? Green Lantern, damn. What the? How did we not blow this up?
That's all of them.
I cannot betray the doctor.
Yeah, so we went to Germany. Our first time in Germany was when we went to Leipzig in 2009. And we went by train to boat, train to boat to train, but train to boat to continuing, rather, on train to Leipzig. And we have stopped at the Berlin airport for a switch once, I think, but yeah, about it. I've been to Paris 3 times. Yeah, I think it's 3 times. Hopefully never again. Really don't like Paris, but who knows. Fanfest likes Paris, apparently. Alright, Space Gadget. See if we can find the keys.
Shadow, don't you remember? We once raced each other here. This is just like old times. A race for the emerald.
It is about time. Shadow. The Ark's defense system is blocking our attack forces out. Destroy them.
Whoa, that could have gone bad. Thank you. Thank you. Whew, that was close. Long. Have we been up here?
It's been a long time since the two of us ran along here together. Now, time to.
Oh, there's the key. We thought it was a ring at first. Wait, what? What? What the fuck just happened? No, what the? No, seriously, what the? It was literally a key there. What the actual fuck is this? How were we able to get up there the first time, but not now? Were we higher up or something before?
Sorry, but that emerald's mine. See ya.
There we go. There we go. Level is strange. How many keys do we have? 3. Yeah. We've always checked above there. We've taken the one that's over here, right? Like there's one right here. Is it here? Yeah, it's above here. We've taken that one.
Hey, what's the matter, Shadow? Can't keep up?
Yeah, it's a pretty short flight. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay.
Now it's time to dash for the finish line.
The horse cart from White's Run. Yeah.
This saucer seems to hover above the ground, but it doesn't seem to. Something tells me that I don't want to touch that green energy fluid.
All down here.
The exit is up there. How do I get up there, though?
See here. Oh. Oh, we thought it was glass, and it was like straight up green goop. What even is that if it's not goop? Bubble elevators is so it's just such 2012 Minecraft. These days we have fucking pigs in boats with a lead attached to flying machine.
Score 1 Chaos Emerald for the good guys. Sorry there, Shadow, old buddy.
They just added the ability to connect entities together with leads in Minecraft.
Is this the Ark's power plant?
Which is a major game changer, honestly, for those who care about those sort of things. We barely play Minecraft, we watch a lot of Minecraft YouTube. Anything here either.
My past.
Oh, hello. Spawning in, interesting. The inability to look up in this game really makes it difficult to find things. It's like, a lot of times we would love to just be able to look if there's something in the ceiling, but like, you literally can't look up. That's not an option. You can borrow one of our 4 maps of Skyrim. I really hope that Oblivion Remastered gets a physical release. We can get another Oblivion map. Maybe they can finally do one where Shivering Isles isn't a super tiny part of the map. Yeah, not seeing anything here either. Oh, don't you want to go to New Zealand and like see where they shot the Minecraft movie? You know, our problems with the Minecraft movie and its the people involved in it aside, kudos to them for actually building sets. Almost everything in that fucking film is a proper set. If it's in the far distance, obviously it isn't, but like, there's a lot of proper set building in that, and we fucking respect that. That's cool. They could have easily just done fully CGI environments, especially because like it's meant to be in a video game, you know, like it's one of those like you go into the game stories. But looking unnatural would have been fine, but then deciding to do sets and like building all these strange blocky things, that's fucking cool.
Death to all who oppose me.
It's a shame they have to cast the guy who can excuse genocide and dehumanizing autistic people, but he draws the line at joking about the assassination of a tyrant. Fuck Jack Black. Dude's dead to me.
I need 5 keys to open this door.
You know what's kind of surprising? Never saw people find him funny. That's fair. We loved his. We found him funny though. Like we really liked his comedy. We liked his music too. Like we really did like Jack Black. And then we learned about him supporting Autism Speaks repeatedly after being told by autistic people over and over again to not do that. So it wasn't pure ignorance. He made that decision with knowledge that people have asked him not to. And that was like, oh, that fucking sucks. And then he like was taking Zionist positions, which sucked. And then he like fucking screwed over Kyle Gass. And it's like, dude. You used to write fucking songs about like political activism and rallying against the system, and now you are afraid of losing your role as Bowser in the Mario movie if you don't wag your finger at someone for saying mean things about Trump. How the fuck did you fall so far, you know? Okay, so clearly we are not finding the stuff we need to find. So let's go back. Maybe we should destroy. Maybe we should destroy some of the defense systems, because if we do that, we get a different path. Maybe we've taken all. Maybe we've gotten all the ones on this path already.
I see. Destroying the defense units makes the surrounding barriers disappear.
Where are we going? Oh.
I can't get past here.
And of course,
Changing the gravity.
and let's be clear. Jack Black, not the only problem with the Minecraft movie. Because Jason Momoa, while he hasn't had like a major big like this dude is a horrible person reveal or anything, we highly question some of the shit that has been reported about him on sets. In particular, just really like douchebaggy behavior, which like maybe it's not reflective of him as a person, but there hasn't really been anything to suggest it isn't. So we're keeping an eye on him, you know? Hello, Gwen. Anyway, so what we're gonna say before we start ranting about that was, you know what's surprising?
By pressing the X button, you can take over those alien saucers.
There's, as far as we know, there's never been a pitch to make an L. Oh,
I don't want to touch that green energy fluid.
why do we have an alarm set at 12:45? Any big plans for Valborg? Big? No, we're gonna meet up some friends and go to a fire, but like, just gonna be a small little hangout, and then we're gonna go back here, maybe play some board games, or maybe watch some TV. We don't know. What about you? Alright, so Elder Scrolls. So there's never been an Elder Scrolls movie. Like any plans to make one? We're not surprised there hasn't been one that's released. That's not surprising at all. But considering like all of the talk about making video game movies, you would think that the Elder Scrolls is one of the things that would have been brought up, especially when like Skyrim took the world by storm. You know, like Fallout. The moment Fallout 3 came out, people instantly bought the movie rights, and like obviously nothing happened with it until the TV show over a decade later. But like, it makes you wonder, like, why didn't Elder Scrolls reach that same point? Was it because like fantasy video game movies haven't done so well? Maybe. Like, which ones have we had? We've had the Dungeon Siege movie. That one did really bad. There was the Warcraft movie, which did decently at the box office, but like wasn't as big as they were hoping it was gonna be. Because, you know, it was fucking Warcraft. Like it was very reasonable to expect the Warcraft movie to be the biggest video game movie. And then it wasn't, which is still kind of shocking. Like, regardless of what one thinks of the film, you know, how you know, like, you made a Warcraft movie at the height of World of Warcraft popularity, and it didn't take the world by storm. Like, how? And it wasn't like, what the fuck? Wait, that spring just kills you? Okay. Okay, Shadow the Hedgehog. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, so that wasn't a big success. That was a very shocking surprise, dud. Game, because it's a good director. But yeah, it is what it is. And what else have we got? Have we had any other ones? Any Western ones, we mean? Because there's been a few Japanese ones, but those kind of fall in their own thing. It was the animated Dragon Age movies, and they were trying to make like non-animated ones as well, but they never really happened. The fuck are these keys? Yeah, were there any other ones? It was the animated Wizardry movie, although that one is technically Japanese, but like the game wasn't. Sort of. So Dungeons & Dragons is interesting. There are 4 Dungeons & Dragons live-action movies. The first one was a massive flop. Second and third one, barely even a blip on the radar. The fourth one did much better, but it was still a flop. It did not make back its money, and it's looking likely that there won't be a sequel because of that. Some people have said otherwise. Chris Pine has expressed positivity that there might be a sequel despite its lukewarm box office. But yeah, that fourth film is fucking great though. Like, oh hey, there's a key. It's just there. How have we never seen that? But yeah, Honor Among Thieves, the fourth Dungeons & Dragons movie, is really good. Really good film. Perfectly captures like what's fun about tabletop role playing, despite being a linear, you know, written story. No. Okay, we go.
Something's up there. How do I get up there, though?
The most successful fantasy movie ever might be Monty Python and the Holy Grail or Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is probably like the overall winner now. We kind of feel like those things kind of need to be like placed into their own little camps in a way. Like Conan the Barbarian was really successful in the 80s, you know? But a film being successful in the 80s is not the same as a film being successful in the 2000s. Like it just, like, they can't really compete. But yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Conan the Barbarian, Lord of the Rings, like there's plenty of very successful fantasy films that aren't based on video games.
If I fall, I'm floating into space.
And you know what? We hate to say this. We're gonna have to. The most successful
Who oppose me?
fantasy video game film is probably a Minecraft movie. It absolutely falls under fantasy film in every possible variant of the term. Ah, fuck. Take it back right now. We want to, but we can't. It's the truth. A Minecraft movie is a massive success because none of y'all were able to just not go see it. Not saying y'all chat, saying y'all as in the collective group of humanity. Anyway, so yeah, that film's a massive success. But we already talked about that earlier, so let's fuck. Let's leave that be for now. Yeah, I can't think of another.
Not here.
Okay. Can't think of another one that's like successful. And by successful, we don't mean like necessarily good. We mean like it did well enough that it would like make companies want to make more. Because like that's what I mean. Like the only reason we could see them not having like tried to do Elder Scrolls yet is because these films don't do that well, you know. Like if Warcraft had been as big as Lord of the Rings, we are positive Elder Scrolls would have had a film by now. And, like this is not a saying Elder Scrolls should have a film, by the way. We think there could be a potential there, but it's also like, you know, if you do that, are you gonna like do an adaptation or an original story? If you do an original story, it's actually gonna like put people in the seats. Yeah, no, we agree, Moto. Like, Warcraft did make a ridiculous amount of money, but it is technically not a success because, like, yeah, like, it is silly. Final Fantasy Spirits Within is like completely terrible. Final Fantasy Spirits Within is fucking amazing, but in terms of it was a flop financially. But also, while it is science fantasy, it is, you know, it's not really what would be considered traditional fantasy film. And also, it's not live action, and it's also a Japanese production. So it's a bit of a different thing there. Like, the Dragon Quest movie was also successful, even though it fucking sucks. But wait, why do we go here? This is not where we're supposed to go. This is where we're supposed to go. That's the key. Ugh. God fucking damn it. Yeah, the Until Dawn movie is out now, isn't it? Yes, we did it. 5 keys, we got them. Okay. Does anyone remember where the door is? I think it might be here. Oh yeah, here it is.
5 keys to open this door.
What do we get? Portal! The portal? Okay. Get some rings. And, oh, it just gets you to the end of the level. Well, that's good for the hero race. And, like, nothing else.
The Ark. Will I ever find the rest of my memories here?
Next up we have Cosmic Fall, which we also need to get all the keys on. So try and do that. It'll be the last time we see Cosmic Fall in a long time, which is good because it's the worst level in the game. I think, are there any other fantasy? Now in this case, we're thinking like traditional sword and sorcery, magic. Based on like medieval Europe and to a degree, style fantasy stories. Oh yeah, and, fantastical worlds too, not just set in the past. Are there any movies apart from Warcraft, Dungeon Siege,
So, the professor
that have happened based on a video game? Live action. Otherwise, yes, Dragon Age and Wizardry. But it's really just kind of an untapped market. Strange, because it's a really popular video game genre, you know?
Is this whole place collapsing?
Yeah, how many keys do we need? 2, okay.
Looks like the whole Ark is falling apart around me.
Anyway, we would welcome an Elder Scrolls film that's like set before any of the games. Which we know Elder Scrolls Online is set before the other games, but like do that, you know? Tell a new story set in Tamriel before the other games. That'd be interesting. Or between the games, that also works. Just don't do an adaptation. That's the one thing we would ask. Like, we don't want an adaptation. As much as we didn't like the Fallout show, and we wish we did like the Fallout show, but we don't. We do like that the Fallout show decided not to adapt, but rather to create a new narrative in the same world. That is, in our opinion, the better choice for a lot of these kind of games. Prince of Persia is fantasy, but it's also based on like, you know, Persia. That's what we meant. Like, we mean like fantasy world, you know, like you know, Elder Scrolls, Dungeon Siege, Warcraft, Dragon Age, Ultima, fucking let's say The Witcher. That's a book first. Like that style of setting. Because we're thinking that like that's the untapped market for video games right now. Two Worlds. That's another one. Risen. Gothic. We just saying words now. Alright, we're looking for keys. Is this the pulley we were using last time and died when we used it? Fuck!
Damn, not here. Damn, not here.
You are right, by the way, about the fantasy being seen as something for children. That was actually that was one of the reasons why Tolkien wanted to do Lord of the Rings, was because he found it frustrating that people viewed fantasy as a thing for children exclusively. Like, that pulley feels like it should be for something, but it isn't.
Quickly find the emerald before this entire place collapses.
Don't understand this level.
Powerless to stop us. Destroy.
And this level has a timer too. That's really annoying. Actually.
Behold, this place is doomed.
Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land.
Shadow, stop at once. Jump.
Someone should mod Radical Highway into Oblivion.
We gotta get out of here first.
Where did Vector go, by the way? Alright, the checkpoint is actually like after you meet him. That's why he hasn't shown. We talked about this before, but we've seen like
Standing there.
more video game movies than most people have, because it's like one of our special interests. Like specifically movie adaptations of games is like a big interest of ours. Yeah, okay, we're actually gonna try and like get through that gauntlet this time. Wait, how the fuck do you get back there? What the? Where the fuck am? What the hell is this? Okay.
Damn, not here.
Yeah, we watch a lot of video game films, and we find a lot of them good. Actually, we think people are too harsh on them most of the time, but we're just kind of stumped at the fact that there's so little fantasy rep. Okay, hey, this is going pretty well. Okay, so now where? You like jump on these? Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck! Oh! Hey, dude, there's a key there! No!
Damn, not here.
Are you fucking serious? Are you... That's where one of the keys are.
Do you want to die?
Yes! Yes, Dad, we do. after seeing this fucking gauntlet, we do. Okay. Oh shit, that was a potentially bad decision! Whoa! No! Yes! But no! We did it! We fucking did it! Okay, we have the key. Now what? Here? Okay. Sure. Oh. Okay, hold on. Which checkpoint is this? 5. Okay. We have 8 minutes to find the last key. We already checked this room pretty well. It's probably gonna be in the post gold ring section. That would make the most sense. That's true, Fairleaf. Yep, absolutely. We have never met Vector.
Find the computer room.
That's amazing. Okay, so it's likely gonna be in this section. Of course, this section is a pretty big section, so we'll see. Let's go on this one to the left. Oh, that's a death.
Damn, not here.
Okay, let's not go on the one on the left. Let's go up here instead. Okay. Oh. That's a sparkle. The final key!
Damn, not here.
This game. This fucking game. Or rather, this fucking level. How have we missed that key before, by the way? Actually, yeah, we know exactly how we missed it. Gunning for an A rank on hero mission. Meaning you like... Can you suck up keys? No. Okay. Yes!
Damn it.
I think we've now gotten all 5 keys in all levels we played. No, not Central City. Not Central City. But we know where at least one of the ones in Central City is, so next time we go there we can get it. Because technically we did get that key, we just couldn't... We just soft locked ourselves from progression.
Use the save point in this. Hurry. At this rate, the emerald will be lost forever to the void of space.
Alright, let's see what's behind the door. Switch. Okay. It creates rings. And that's it. It creates a trail of rings to speed through the level faster, is that it? What the fuck? That's it? Ah, some of these doors are so fucking terrible. Oh well. Anyway, here's the computer room.
For what reason do I exist? The answers are just up ahead.
This has been a really long route, but it was for the keys. It was worth it. Actually, did we get all the keys in Final Hunt? I'm not sure.
What is this defile?
Hi Vector, where do you come from?
Brainwashed you and your feeble mind. Allow me to remind you of the truth.
Don't listen to him! We need to defeat him!
Damn it.
Normal attacks won't do anything! You need to find a weak spot!
On guard, swift strike.
Fuck's sake.
Take this.
If you're high enough, you should be able...
Your power seems to have increased a bit. Now, I shall show you mercy. Take this.
Behold the ultimate power!
Did we do it too early again? No. Good.
Traitor, do not think that this is over.
50 sub 1 minute doom. That's what we're talking about.
This is what I must do for my atonement. Perfect.
Shadow's second death? Question mark is really funny. Alright. Look at our stage progression. Alright, so A rank and 5 keys have been acquired on... Missing an A rank here, missing keys in Central City. All the other ones are done. Okay, we need keys on Final Hunt. But we also need an A rank for the Dark mission. Wait, really? Huh. Interesting. Did not realize we hadn't gotten that. How have we not gotten that? I know it makes sense. We have not done Final Haunt much. You've only done that once before, right? Like once for each mission. That does make perfect sense. Okay. Just realized that our Palestine flag is out of view. There.
Promise time, huh? Well then, time to go and fulfill this promise.
Now you can see Shadow on the motorcycle, but oh well. This entire fundraiser, we haven't gotten to ride the motorcycle once. It's that rare of a vehicle.
Lets me attack.
Hey, Shadow. Long time.
It's only in like 2 stages,
Looks like these black creatures really
neither of which we have played.
let's you and me show them the fingers. These guys are monsters. I repeat. Hey, Shadow. That's one of the Chaos Emeralds. Nice going, Shadow. That's the thing. With that Chaos Emerald, you can unlock unlimited power. Man, no matter how many we defeat, they just keep coming. Shadow, give me a hand. Ugh. Let's run around to all play. Postman, take off run. But it looks like using windows into those robots is the only way past. Watch out for the lasers coming from above. Hey, he's on our side.
Resist our using the pause menu. Cleanse the whole planet of parasites. Some still continue to resist.
This might be the last time we see Westopolis,
We have engaged.
depending on how long this route takes. God, we said it so dramatically. Last time for this event, obviously, see it again, but probably gonna only have time for 1 or 2 more routes because it's April 30th today, which here in Sweden is a big holiday.
Well done, Shadow.
Anybody who gets in my way is my enemy. Perfect.
I put this on again. It's been a while since we had it fully on. It's so ugly. Spikes barely even visible. They're so flat. Very short stream today? Yeah. Yeah. Because at 4 we have plans. So we had to be able to wrap this up and get ready to do things by 4. So we might be able to do like 2 runs, but we'll see.
What is this sensation? I feel weightless atop this light. I see. I can control.
There probably
which
won't
way
be a
it
stream
swings.
tomorrow because it's also like a big day. We'll see. Maybe something on Friday. We'll see. But yeah, the May schedule. We're gonna try to like actually like plan up schedule time and post it in advance each week. Starting with next week. But we'll see how that goes.
Oh, Shadow. What a coincidence running into you here. Actually, I'm on a government assignment to track down a chaos emerald in the area. How about we both look for it, okay? Look, that beam of light will let us get down safely. This is a light speed circle. Touch it. That red block is a fire.
Also planning a stream for. That's it. Yeah, it's gonna be a stream on Monday night. I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but
Another fire.
we took off the hoodie because it's actually very uncomfortable.
Out of the way.
But we did allude to what it was on last night's stream. And then we have the Nazi killing stream that we're doing with Moto. It's also next week, I think. That'll be fun. We also might want to get started on our Ultima retrospective soon. Fuck!
Damn, not here.
8th of May, yeah, so that's Thursday, right? Yeah.
There's another drop here. Be careful. Looks like one of the alien creatures is burrowed underground. Think you can make it down there?
Damn it.
Aw, stupid balls. Maybe you can ride
Oh,
that light
fuck!
that's blowing up.
Not here.
We just passed through that bar, come on.
Another drop here. Be careful.
Damn, not here.
Okay.
There's another drop here. Be careful. Looks like one of the alien creatures is burrowed underground.
Yeah, so for the Ultima thing, our plan is basically
You can make it down there.
the earliest games in that series, when you know what you do, the games are like very short. So thinking of giving like one dedicated stream each for them. And we'll start with the Calabeth, which is the game that Richard Garriott made before Ultima, that later became woven into Ultima continuity. In fact, the re-release is even called Ultima Zero A Calabeth, but the original name is A Calabeth World of Doom. That's gonna be our first one. We're playing through that, having a look at what a RPG from 1980 was like. Well, technically it's from 1979, but it was published in 1980. And then we'll get started with Ultima 1, aka Ultima, the First Age of Darkness. And Ultima 2, and we think even Ultima 3 might be able to be doable in one stream. After that, they get a little more complicated, and Ultima 4 is probably gonna be a bit more of a struggle to get through. We'll be doing this similar to how we did a King's Quest stream last year. If you remember the King's Quest 40th anniversary stream, we basically play that game with a guide, because it's very easy to permanently lock yourself out of winning the game. So rather than risk doing that for what is meant to just be a nice little revisit and looking at an old game as a retrospective, we'll be playing it with the guide, making sure that we do the right things in order to get to the end. This will not be done later on for the later games because they are a bit more fluid and friendly to play.
Sorry about this, but I'm taking this emblem.
It'll be fun, we think. Especially because like there is a semi-recent Ultima game,
Perfect.
which a lot of people don't seem to know about. The most recent Ultima game is actually a game called Underworld Antecedent, and it came out in 2019. I think it's 2019 at least. And that is literally part of Ultima continuity. It was licensed from EA to be part of the Ultima series. Obviously it was like made as a spiritual successor as to Ultima Underworld, but it is actually an official Ultima game, which is pretty cool. So we'll be going from 1980s dungeon crawlers to 2019 dungeon crawler, the whole thing. Because the goal is to play every single player Ultima game. The reason we're specifying single player is because Ultima Online obviously is a thing, which could be a series of its own and might be one day, and also because there's two games that we don't think are even playable anymore, but there's Lords of Ultima and Ultima Forever Quest for the Avatar, which were one was a browser-based game and one was a smartphone game, both of which are no longer playable, have been shut down, and they all had online multiplayer components. It's an Ultima game you can import the previous character. Yeah. Yes, sort of. Depends on the game. But yes. You play as the same character from Ultima 1 through Ultima 9. Although, that depends. Because, we've talked about this before. In Ultima 1, you have a variety of races, classes, and of course you decide your gender. And this was the case up until Ultima 3. Ultima 3 even has a non-binary gender option. You can choose whether you are a man, a woman, or if you are gender other. The game allows that regardless of your race or class. You can just do that. And in those games, the idea was that you played the same character in Ultima 1, 2, and 3. But if you started late, you can start as a new character as well. Then in Ultima 4, the story required the main character to be a human. As of Ultima 4, the player is a human, which means that if you didn't play as a human before, you can't continue as the same character. If you played as a human, you are still the same character. And then by Ultima 8, they became locked as being a man. Actually, even before that, by Ultima 5, we believe they had already gotten rid of the other gender option. But by Ultima 8, you were forced to be a man. And by Ultima 9, you were forced to be a white blonde man.
I found it, the fourth emerald.
So, we are looking into potentially figuring out ways to mod these games. As far as we're aware, there is no known way of, like, modifying Ultima 9 that much, but we are gonna look into it to try and keep our character across all the games. Which things the games got worse, yes. And part of that has to do with graphics. Graphics became more advanced, games were taking longer to develop, and all of a sudden, you couldn't have as many free-form options without allocating more resources to. So like in Ultima 3,
Blue sky.
whether you're a man, a woman, or other,
Have I seen it before?
you get the same sprite. That doesn't matter. The sprite is like a non-animated little stick figure that you walk across the fields with, you know? Like, doesn't matter what gender you are, that's not taken into account. And then like, by Ultima 7, I think it's 7 that first did unique sprites for the genders. They had to be like, okay, actually by Ultima 5 you got portraits. You got character portraits. And it's like, okay, well this limits how your character looks, because now you need to like, there needs to be a portrait available that you choose from. And they tried to have a variety of portraits available, but obviously that's still a limitation. And with Ultima 7, the portraits got matching sprites. So, like, now we got even fewer. And by Ultima 8, it was like a very detailed isometric sprite that needed more animation, because the game was now also a platformer and a bunch of other things. So, all of a sudden, they decided, okay, we're just gonna make one sprite. But what they did then was they made the sprite be full plate armor, so you couldn't see your character. That's how they solved it. Your character was gendered as a man, but like how the character looked beneath the helmet and armor, the game didn't specify. By Ultima 9, the game was 3D, and they wanted equipable armor sets. All of a sudden, the game was even more limited than before. So, you just played as this blonde guy. And there are other factors involved as well. Ultima 9 was kind of a complete fucking disaster of a project. At the time of release, it was the longest video game development any commercially released game had. And part of that is because the game basically got like rebooted several times, like Duke Nukem Forever style. Not in terms of like, oh, we're throwing out everything and starting from scratch, but like, we're throwing out a lot of key components and rebuilding all the existing things from scratch. Changing the story partway through, changing these things. And like, it was a mess. So like, a bunch of like the expensive pre-rendered cutscenes they had made for the game they couldn't use because the story was changed mid-development, and they couldn't afford to make new cutscenes. Yeah. What sort of story reasons Ultima 4 had requires a human avatar? Ultima 4 is an isekai. Ultima 4 turns the story of Ultima 4 and the game's onward is that the player is transported into the world of Britannia, but is a person from our world, and that's like the framing device from the series from that point onward. The person that becomes the Avatar, which is the titular character of Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar, is a human. Yeah, they didn't want to do the reincarnation thing because the whole point was like the person goes back home afterwards and then returns for each game. The exception being Ultima 8 and technically Ultima 9, although the tutorial ignores this. So Ultima 7 ends on a cliffhanger for the first time in the series. Well, specifically Ultima 7 Part 2 ends on a cliffhanger for the first time in the series. So in Ultima 8, the Avatar is not in Britannia, and it's not at home, but in the world of Pagan. And, that, means that they start in a different world. But in Ultima 9, they were supposed to start in Britannia. But then they added a tutorial on Earth anyway, which clashes completely with the ending of 8 and the beginning of the story of 9. We'll get there when we get there. But
Shadow, don't you remember?
it is interesting, like, Ultima 4, the whole point is that you're a human from the real world, and you become the Avatar by following a prophecy. It's very interesting, it's a very good story. But yeah, because of that, you're a human from that point onward. And to be fair, personally, we don't mind that change. We think that change is fine. And honestly, the way we feel is the best way to play Ultima is to not play as one character throughout the whole series. Play Ultima 1, 2, and 3 as one character, and then create a new character for 4. We think that makes for a better story. Because it allows you to still be anything you want to be in Ultima 1, 2, 3, while still keeping the plot of Ultima 4. And like, it just means that your character from Ultima 1, 2, and 3 still exist in the world of the rest of the series. You know? But yes, Ultima did what Mass Effect would popularize later. Actually, no, Mass Effect did not popularize it, because that implies that it became a common thing, which it absolutely did not. But the whole, like, you place the same character, and like, you can import data from previous games to support that, you know? Quest for Glory, yes! Yes! Great example! Quest for Glory is another RPG that allows this. Very unique RPG too. Quest for Glory, originally called Hero's Quest, is an RPG by Sierra, made in the style of their point-and-click adventures. Actually, graphical adventures, because they're text parsers as well. But yes, you can import your characters between those games, and that's really cool. It is on, like, it makes sense that it's not more common, because it's obviously like a difficult thing to implement into a game. But considering part of what makes tabletop role-playing games fun is the fact that you can create a character and carry that character on to new stories and new adventures. It makes you wonder why not more games have tried to do it. You know? It's difficult, yes, that's a good reason why, but if anything, we feel like Mass Effect showed that it's also very popular. The game is crash. No. Error message, but we can continue.
Hey, what's the matter, Shadow? Can't keep up?
Sonic, we're at the goal ring. You can't predict sequels in video games. That's true, but when you're making a sequel,
Sonic,
you can take into account these things.
that day we fought here aboard the Ark.
Like, as long as you can access and read save data from the previous game, the first game shouldn't really matter too much. Like, just make sure that they're self-contained stories.
Maria!
Oh no, Maria's dead.
Please, Shadow. I need your help. Everyone's fate depends on you.
Maria!
MMOs do yeah, MMOs do it. That's true. Honestly, the biggest hurdle is non-PC games, because it still isn't fully accepted as a norm that like old games should be fully playable on later systems. So like for consoles, being able to access save data, old version, is potentially not doable.
Well, Shadow, looks like we've reached the climax of this little game. Time to make the big boss man responsible for this invasion. Step up and
Okay, so we're doing the dark mission. We're not gonna look for keys because we need the A rank.
been locked by those black creatures. We need to find a way to the top of that bridge. Well, look what the cat dragged in. All right, Shadow, you know what to do.
Can we not launch yourself off of anything? We don't want to attack anyone. We don't want to lose. We don't want to get the hero points. For fuck's sake! How the fuck do you get up here without killing aliens? Can you jump on this? No. Can't stand on these, no. Okay, so apparently we're just gonna have to kill a bunch of aliens. That sucks.
I can feel
Guess that's why we haven't got an A rank on this, because it's like one of those levels where like really difficult to
Like we've reached the climax of this little game. Time to make the big boss
be
man responsible for this invasion. Step up and play.
get dark points. Wait, no, this. Fuck! Hold on, this is going terrible.
I can feel them. They're everywhere.
Well, Shadow, looks like we've reached the climax of this little game. Time to make the big boss man responsible for this invasion. Step up and play.
Wait, can you pull these out? Maybe if you use the
The black creatures seem to be
Fucker.
guarding this cage.
oh whatever, it's too late now.
Guess I have to go up.
Right, we remember now. The problem with this level is that there are only alien enemies. Which means we have to do speedrun strats instead, and then try and use try and use the checkpoint exploit.
That weird vacuum gun. It looks powerful enough to suck up rings and even small enemies. Looks like I guess I have to go up.
What's the dark mission goal? Activate the shields.
Big
Right.
boss is inside.
Shadow.
Behold the ultimate power!
Go down. Our giants, heralded for their pure strength, form the core of our army. Look down. Why are you hesitating?
Damn it.
Get going.
Damn, not here.
Fuck no! Okay, you know, kill us. Kill us, please.
This can't.
Thank you.
I will find the truth.
Okay.
I can feel them. They're everywhere.
Well, Shadow, looks like we've reached the climax of this little game. Time to make the big boss man.
Now that we remember that there is literally are no non-aliens, we can just like start grabbing hero points immediately.
There are aliens up on the bridge. They're trying to get us. We need to find a way to the top of that bridge. Well, look what the cat dragged in. All right, Shadow, you know what to do. Shadow, try going up. Yahoo! Shadow, look, the aliens have decided to send in the best of the best.
Okay.
That weird alien suck-up rings. Behold the ultimate power.
Shadow, their humans have somehow detected our comet's presence. Activate the shields and keep the comet safe from attacks.
Okay.
Go down.
Okay, did I say so? Checkpoint! Yay, nice.
Go. Our giants, heralded for their pure strength. Look down. Why are you hesitating?
Okay, let's try this again.
Get going.
Yep.
Activating this switch will not just remove the shock in front of you. Get in, Shadow. The gunships that protect this comet are designed to drive out all outsiders. Do not try to fight it.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, we remember now. You have to like do all of these. Oh, fuck. Ah. Well, then you shouldn't have locked your door, Dad. Really on you.
Behold the ultimate power.
Oh, is this the alien chain gun? Nice. Oh, which advertisement was that? You should send it to us on Discord or something. Let's see it. And yes, early 2000 scenes are terrible. Cool. A funny cutscene? Yeah. The fuck are the enemies? Alright! Checkpoint!
Damn, not here.
Dying! Let's hope 5:43 is good enough for a time bonus.
I will not allow anyone to set their hand on Black Doom.
Yes!
Perfect.
All A ranks of the missions we've played so far. Oh wait, no. No, there's one left. All mission we've played so far. Yeah. Here we go.
Shadow, why are you siding with those black creatures?
Siding with them? You're joking, right? I'm just siding with whoever goes up against you. This time you're going down, Sonic.
If that's how it's gonna be, Shadow, then bring it on!
Just say when.
All right, you ready to do this? Come on!
All right, Sonic, defend yourself.
Take this! Take this!
Alright. Here we go. Say the line, Diablon.
Now, playtime's over.
Still, you devil! Still,
Yeah, Sonic Rush was very popular. Like, you got amazing critical acclaim.
still, you devil! Still, you devil! Still, you devil! Still, you devil! Antimatter cannon! Fire!
Shit!
Energy charge
It's do or die, Sonic the Hedgehog.
They pan Need for Speed Most Wanted? Damn, that's a hot take. Wait, Nintendo Official Magazine, this would have been 2005. No, it was a Gamecube version, that one's good. Oh, strange.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Man, I didn't think you had it in ya.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, and now I am the most powerful hedgehog in the world. The power of these emeralds makes me invincible. I am the ultimate hedgehog. This is who I am.
The Legend of Shadow. We just realized something. If we can fit in 2 more, we get to see a new level. It's 79. We're doing 78 now. 79, we get to see a new level.
Promise time, huh? Well then, time to go and fulfill this promise.
Actually, you know what we want to do? Hold on.
Black creatures really mean business. Let's you and me show them.
There.
Hey, he's on our side.
Damn it.
Don't touch the red fruit. I can't get along. Hey, Shadow, that's one of the chaos. With that Chaos Emerald, you can unlock unlimited power.
Crackle Doom!
They don't give up.
Nine? Fuck, we missed someone. Hold on. Oh, you missed 2? You missed 2 enemies? How?
The entire.
Well done, Shadow.
Oh, you sent it?
Anybody who gets in my way is my.
Oh, it's that one. We had that one as a poster. Or rather, we had it on our wall. He's a hero, but whose hero? Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, Europe got these cool, like, white advertisements with Shadow the Hedgehog. There's another one where, like, it's just a black armed soldier, like, scared up against the wall, and, like, Shadow, like, hovering over it. That's also a good one.
Attention! Emergency broadcast.
What is this sensation? I feel weightless atop this light. I see. I can control which way this leads.
This is the information highway system that they call cyberspace. Delete the core program that controls the data flow, and the world will plunge into chaos.
Oh, Shadow. What a coincidence running into you here. Actually, I'm on a government assignment to track down a chaos emerald in the area. How about we both look for it together? Look, that beam of light will let us get down safely. This is a light speed suit. That red block is a firewall designed to ward off intruders. Watch out. Another firewall. Out of the way. That flame net is complete. It's time to fund sentry drones.
It's really sad that this, that their Xbox plan didn't work for this game.
Stop attacking.
Originally, we were gonna play this on Xbox all the way through, because then we would have like an actual legit save file at the end, with all the endings.
Drop here.
But then, like, you know, as you'll know by now, it didn't really work because the 360 is crashing. It's strange because when we did Let's Plays of Shadow the Hedgehog like almost a decade ago, that was also the Xbox version on the 360, and that didn't crash. Very strange. Of course, playing it on emulator like this allowed us to play with mods, so like that's fun.
Ride that light that's flowing upward. use them just like I did before. Jump! Hey, they're on our side.
You don't like Pokemon Gale Darkness? Really? Huh.
Stop that. There's an entry.
Yeah, actually, now you mention it. Yeah, no, people really didn't like the GameCube Pokemon games. Simply because, like, they weren't, like, they were RPGs, but they weren't, like the regular games, you know? People complained that it wasn't, like, a proper Pokemon game.
Sorry about this, but I'm taking this emerald. Perfect.
Yeah, 2005. What games did we play in 2005? Apart from this game, obviously. Yeah, because they was trying to tell a very specific narrative, and they did that well. As long as you, like, approach it as its own thing, it's good. But yeah.
I know this place. It feels like I've been in.
Trying to remember what we played in 05.
Hey, Shadow. I gotta ask you something. Vector told me that he wants me to find 5 top secret discs. Well, like, what's a top secret disc? This here, cross the river by using one of those floating discs.
They hated the music. Interesting.
Try not to crash, okay? This thing is way too fun.
We can't say we remember the music that much.
Everywhere around here. It's so exciting. I think you can grind along that pipe.
Oh, for once it actually worked jumping off that early. Nice. Battalion Wars. That was 05? Okay, Battalion Wars was... Oh, that's one of the best GameCube games. Yeah, Battalion Wars was excellent. Another Code? What's that? 2005? That was really good. 2005 was when the DS came out, right? Maybe, no, it was 04, maybe. Yeah, no, that was 04. Yeah, Battalion Wars, excellent.
Those robots are so... Go off! Off, I say! Whoa! It's a war zone!
Why are we struggling to think of games from 05? The complete fucking, just blank. Like Rush called the best Sonic game ever made. Yep, we're not surprised. That was a very common opinion back then.
Think you can use one of those alien saucers to get to that panel? Oh, right. We can go this way too. Oh,
I mean, honestly, we understand. Sonic Rush is fantastic. We don't even like 2D games, and we think it's an excellent game. Yeah.
I think you can grind along that pipe. If you hop on through that ring-shaped thing, it'll zip you on forward.
2005 was The Godfather, which is probably like one of the most surprisingly good, like, movie licensed games ever made. Also, in that same vein, P.D. Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, Also really good. Score predictions for upcoming games. You know what? Why not? People do that on Twitter all the time. So you know what? Why not? It's silly, but clearly people think that's a fair thing to do. We wouldn't do it, but yeah. It's one thing to be like, oh yeah, like, we think this game will be good. We don't think this game will be good. Or sorry, but be like, oh yeah, this game's gonna be a 7 out of 10. Like, it's like so silly. We don't understand how people can like view like your impression barometer in that way. Cause like, at least the way we do it when we like review things, if we like we use scores. We still use review scores. But like the way we do it is like we don't have any score in mind until we can summarize our experience. You know? Because the number for us reflects the quality of what we would say our experience was. And sometimes if we like play a game, we will have like a floating score on backlogged, which kind of like currently details how we're feeling about the game, you know? Overall, it's like whether a game is a 10 out of 10 or like a 6 out of 10 can differ. Like it can be something we don't know until the credits have rolled. We sit back, we think about it for a while, we sleep on it for a while, and then we're like, okay, yeah, this is how we feel about this experience as a whole. You know, that's how we approach it. So like we can say that like, oh yeah, we think this game is gonna be good. Like let's take Expedition 33. Cloud Scare Expedition 33. We think the game is actually really good. Like it looks like a game we would like. We don't know. Like we can't say if it's gonna be like an 8 out of 10 experience, an 9 out of 10 experience, a 7 out of 10 experience. Because like all that depends entirely on how like the specifics of the game appeal to us and inform our experience and how we feel after that, you know? But you know, that's just us. Yeah, transphobia. Yeah, it's impossible to not run into transphobia. I feel like engaged with anything from the 90s or 2000s in like that like involve anyone trying to be comedic. And I mean, you basically can't do it now either. But like back then, it was ridiculous. Like one of our favorite shows of all time is the improv comedy show Whose Line Is It Anyway? Specifically the American run that Drew Carey held. And like it's excellent. Basically every single episode has a transphobic joke in it. Because like we don't think most of those comics are transphobic necessarily. It's just joking about the idea of like a man in a dress or a woman having a dick or like something like that in like a gross out derogatory way. It's just second nature, something that's just standard and understood as like something you do. It was just the norm at the time, you know? Even as a trans woman, we remember that. We experienced that. We had that mindset. You know? It sucks. I remember this before, but like, the subject matter about is Samus Aran a trans woman? Right?
I cannot betray the doctor.
Samus Aran being a trans woman is something one of the developers of Super Metroid stated as a fact in the Super Metroid Guide released in Japan, that had a bunch of developers present basically a fun fact that only they could tell fans of Metroid. Another one was that Samus has a beauty mark. Which, by the way, people did consider that canon, and she now is depicted with a beauty mark. But the joke about the joke there was Samus Aran is a transvestite, or Samus Aran is a she-male. You know, like that was like sensational, and it was probably said in a way not respectfully, but rather in a derogatory manner.
We once raced each other here.
But
This is just like old times. A race for the emerald.
the question then comes: do we accept that as okay? It was probably said in a bad way, but we can embrace it and turn it into a positive by just accepting that Samus is a trans woman? Or do we instead go, that was not a serious claim, so she's not? You know?
Damn, not here.
And the later way is what Beauty Mole guy, what's his name? The current lead producer on the Metroid series. What the fuck is his name? Kirakami? No, it's not Kirakami. The fuck is his name? Why can't we remember it? Anyway, that guy. The guy who said that Samus has a beauty mark and then canonized that beauty mark, he very much pushed back on Samus being a trans woman, and again did it in a transphobic way. He was asked around the time Metro Prime was coming out. He was asked like, "Hey, so back in the 90s, in 1994." One of your team members said that Samus is a trans woman. Or they didn't use inclusive language like that, but like they asked, like, what do you think of that? And he said something like the day Samus is a trans woman, Metroid will release on PlayStation 2. Like he did like a When Pigs Fly kind of remark about it, which obviously is a shitty thing to do. But it's like, personally, we're of the opinion that rather than see those things as transphobic and act as if they shouldn't matter, we should instead embrace them as something we can reclaim, you know? But yes, Samus Aran is a trans woman. One of the original developers said so. So, why not? It doesn't change anything in terms of like the game itself. And if she no longer is, then it was retconned by someone who still felt it necessary to make his own headcanon, Samus having a beauty mark, mole, canon, you know? Which is like very like, oh, so like your opinion matters, but not the other creators? Interesting. But yeah.
Sonic, now I remember. That day, we fought here aboard the Ark. Perfect.
Maria!
Maria!
Please, Shadow. I need your help. Everyone's fate depends on you.
Maria!
God, yeah. Other M. Fucking Other M. Other M gave us, like, Samus with short hair, and, like, decided that they had to, like, counterbalance that by just making every bad decision ever.
Time to make the big boss man responsible for this invasion.
Because Samus with short hair, fuck yeah.
Yeah, smash
Let her have short hair again. It doesn't need to be permanent. Just let her, like, change up her look. Stop just having the same fucking boring ass ponytail design every fucking time. She used to change the way she dressed and looked. She used to have different outfits. Now it's just Zero Suit Samus with a ponytail over and over again. There's nothing wrong with Zero Suit Samus in a ponytail. She's hot. We don't mind it. We look at Samus porn as well. We're just saying, like, fucking variety is the spice of life. Come on.
Behold the ultimate power.
Yahoo!
We don't think magazine reviews are bad in terms of, like, what you might be referring to there. A lot of people like Other M. And you know what? Like, more fucking power to them. Like, they're allowed to like it. We hate it. So, like, a lot of people felt that Other M had, like, bad writing, but really good gameplay. We don't agree with that, but that's, like, that was general consensus at the time. Yeah. But, like, that's fine. Like honestly, Philly, we're fine with that, because ultimately, the reviewer should always be the one that decides what the score is. And, like, if that's how they feel that their score should lie, then that's how their score should lie. You know? Our problem is more when, like, there's certain websites.
Damn, not here.
There's certain websites on magazine that, for whatever reason, rather than just let the reviewer set a score, they used, like, equations to set the score. That's a terrible idea. And to be fair, we have made this error ourselves. When we started Game Press, it was on a video game blog called Achievement Unlock, and we had a review score equation. We wrote the review score equation. We regret that. It was a bad idea, but we at the time we thought it was a smart thing. You know, you set one score for, like, graphics / aesthetics. You set one score for, like, music and voice acting, as if those are the same thing. You said one thing for, like, how well the game controls. You said one thing for this, like, and then you, like, divide the collective scores by the number of categories. And if there's a game where, like, none of the categories apply, like, for example, let's say the original Guitar Hero wouldn't have a story score, obviously, because there is no story in it. So then you just remove that from the equation, and you divide by one less to get the score. And, like, it sounds smart, but it's terrible, because you can't do that in a way that doesn't, like, negate the point of a review. Because then you end up in a way where it's like, oh yeah, this game fucking sucks, but it's pretty, it has good music, so that alone pushes it into a high score, you know? Which is why we have our current way of reviewing, because we've tried the other methods. And we came to the decision that the only good way to review something with a score, you don't have to use a score. But if you're gonna use a score, which we prefer, the score should just be, like, put a number on how you felt your experience felt in hindsight, you know. It's the same way that, like, you know, when a doctor asks you, like, how bad is the pain on a scale from 1 to 10? You do that reviewing your own emotional and physical experience at the time. And it's entirely subjective. Like one patient that says that the pain is at an 8 is not going to experience the exact same literal pain as someone else that says a pain is at an 8. That is still subjective. But it allows you to like summarize how it is for you and how important it is to you to, for example, deal with it. And that's the way we handle a review scores. No, when doctors have bad pains, you say 10 so they give you the good stuff. No, that's not how it works. I mean, you can try that, but like that's not a good idea. Because if you actually spend a lot of the time in the hospital, they keep track of like what numbers you say or what kind of things they need to do for you. So like if you say 10 from the start, well, first and foremost, if you're ever in a worse situation, it won't be treated as a worse situation after that. And we have said 10. We said 10 during, I think it was the 3rd night, when we were at the hospital during our surgery, which was the night we had to like go get an MRI because of the pain. But yeah, like no, it's but like the point is that it's subjective and like you summarize your experience, and that's how a review score should work as well. But like, what's an 8 out of 10 game for us? It's not gonna be the same as what an 8 out of 10 game is for you. And this is why review scores should never be compared. It shouldn't be. It should never be compared. That's not the point of that. You go to review to learn one person's subjective opinion. That's not to say that aggregates are a problem. Like, we actually think aggregates can be very helpful in giving quick ideas of just like what the general consensus is. But it shouldn't be seen as like hard data on like whether a game is good or bad. And it also should absolutely not be part of fucking video game publisher decisions.
That might just be a decoy to trap us, but it's our only clue we have right now. Guess we
Yeah.
just have to follow it. Nice job, Shadow. Hey, not bad.
Behold the ultimate power.
Great, like we needed another. What is it, Shadow? Is there a shield in the way? Must be linked to a switch somewhere back along the way we came.
This game is similar scope, but tone stream different. Yes, but yeah, and the important thing there is to read who wrote the review. Because one thing we hate, like for example, when Sonic Unleashed got the Unleashed recompiled PC port a few months ago, IGN wrote an article that was like, popular Sonic game finally gets a PC port thanks to fans. And people were like, you didn't like Sonic Unleashed back in 08, why are you calling it a popular game now? It's like, the person who wrote that article is not the same person that reviewed it, you know? And yeah, some magazines try and have that, and that's a problem. As soon as they try to like make it objective, they've failed. They have failed as a video game review site, as far as we're concerned.
Attacks won't work on this body. Aim for a weak point.
Be gone.
If you can get up high enough, you can hit him with a homing.
I underestimated your inferiority is a great fucking line.
Swift strike.
Behold the ultimate power.
Shit. We were too early. God fucking damn it. A good friend, Stephanie Sterling, did a an objective Final Fantasy 13 review, because when she first reviewed Final Fantasy 13, he gave it a very negative review, and at the time that was very controversial, because that game, despite what its fans say now, was popular and reviewed well. So she did a second review that was the objective review of Final Fantasy 13, where all they did was write very basic press information about it. Like, this is a game that features these characters, and it features these systems, and it runs on this engine, and it has been released on these platforms, and like nothing of interest or value or anything, and ended with conclusion: Final Fantasy 13 is a video game.
This planet. I will not let
And
you
that's like
destroy it.
one of the best things she has ever written as far as we're concerned. It's like, it's so to the point of like, no, you can't do objective reviews. That's not how it works. If you try, you have already failed. $14.34. We can do one more run. We can see a new level. But before we do that, we want to go back and we want to actually get the A rank on that boss fight. Power of love.
Just how pitiful you inferior life forms are.
This is it! Let's end this once and for all! Attacks won't work on his body. Aim for a weak point.
Be gone.
If you can get up high enough, you can hit him with a homing attack.
Thunder. Swift strike.
When he throws meteors, make sure to get out of the way.
Fuck.
I see. Perhaps I have underestimated your inferiority as a life form. Nonetheless. Thunder. Swift strike.
Behold the ultimate power.
You can dodge that lightweight boomerang thing by jumping over it.
Yeah, that's not a problem, because like, no, reviews, there should be reviews for every type of players. There should be reviews for people who are not familiar as well. A review, like, critical professional reviews should not be a case of everyone is in the same camp. There should always be a barometer of reviews. If a game only has excellent reviews from people who love the kind of genre the game is made for,
Perfect.
the reviews are pointless. You need to be able to find the different opinions. Well, we hate when someone's like, oh, well, clearly this person shouldn't have reviewed the game. They don't like that kind of game. It's like, yeah, but they needed to find that out. And, like, people who might not like the game also need to find that out. If they only get to engage with people who love the games, they're going to get different... They're going to get a completely different experience, you know? Which, like, is not going to reflect what they need. Like, this is gonna sound very out of character for us, maybe, but there's an old infamous review of Doom by, like, I forget who it was. If it was like a parent magazine, or if it was like a church magazine, or whatever it was. Basically, it was like a review where someone was like, "Oh, I wish you could like talk to the demons and like negotiate and discuss rather than just kill them." You know? Try and find a peaceful solution. And people like share their review as like, haha, look at this ignorant concept. But like, you know what? We're glad that take exists. That take has value. It is like, yes. If you're someone who wouldn't like a game where the only option is to kill the monsters, you should be able to like read a review where you go like, oh, this game isn't for me. That's part of what reviews should be for. It shouldn't just be for, oh, I love it when the big man tears the things apart. 10 out of 10. Like, no. Yes, that is basically what Shin Megami Tensei is. You're right. You are absolutely right. There are also mods that have made it so you can do that in Doom, by the way. People have made the game that that reviewer wanted. Like, unironically, like, yeah. Reviews should exist for people who won't like the game, as well as for those who will like the game. There should always be a mix of those. There can be a heavy leaning towards one of them. Ideally, you want the heavy leaning towards liking the game, because that would mean that most people will probably like the game. But, like, it should never be universal. Like, that shouldn't be possible. Because no work of art is ever gonna be universally beloved. And you know what? We're playing a game that's a great example of this. Shadow the Hedgehog got pretty lukewarm to bad reviews, you know? But there were exceptions. Game trailers, back when they were around. Game trailers liked this game. They didn't like love it. They didn't give it like a 9 out of 10. They gave it like a 6.5 or something like that. Like it was like still like, it was positive, but like with reservations. But like, that was nice, because we remember when the game came out and we were like, oh, it's getting really bad reviews from like everyone. Maybe it won't be good then. Then we like saw the game trailers review. We forget if that was before or after we had played the game, but we liked the game, you know, and like seeing that we were like, oh, cool.
Anybody who gets in
there are also people who still like the game. There are people who still feel the way that we do about the game, and like, that was nice.
Perfect.
I talked with a DDO player once because one mechanic in DDO is item repairs that can degrade the item. This functionally doesn't matter because the better items in the game don't have that. guessing you run out of space, and it's gonna be a continuation there. And I argue that there's still an issue because they charge money for repair items to upgrade those items. For reasons mentioned in this game. Yeah. DDO, is that Dragon's Dogma Online or something else?
What is this sensation? I feel weightless atop this light.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons Online. Oh, okay.
I can control which way this leads.
Wait, they shortened their game to DDO? Why? We know it predates Dragon's Dogma Online, but like... What, was D&D-O too many letters?
Oh, Shadow. What a coincidence running into you here. Actually, I'm on a government assignment to track down a chaos emerald in the area. How about we both look for it together? In this world, your form is completely electronic without matter. Try touching the searchlight. Look, that beam of light will let us get down safely.
One thing with Dungeons and Dragons Online, not a big fan of it personally, but we really did like
This is
the narration in that game.
That red block is a fire.
Dungeons and Dragons Online has a narrator for the dungeons that effectively serves as the dungeon master.
Another fire.
That's pretty cool.
Out of the way.
Oh yeah, people say that about Josh Strife Hayes every time, completely missing the point that he reviews those games from the perspective of what a new player will experience and whether or not that will make a new player want to stick with the game. And he was really positive about Dungeons and Dragons Online, so complaining about that is extra silly, but yeah. People always say that about his reviews. And he's actually like, it got so bad with the latest one, because the latest one was Anarchy Online, and the backlash from the community on that was so strong that he's actually considering changing his approach to like videos. Personally, we hope he doesn't. We think his approach is really good, but yeah, he was like, well, if people really don't want to see these kind of videos, maybe I won't make them anymore. But like, yeah, people were really upset that he basically was like, this game is not a good first-time experience for new players. Here's why. And we think that's a very valuable perspective to provide, you know? So we really hope he continues with that, but yeah. Kind of complaints about Realm of the Mad God, a bit silly. Which one was that? Yeah, we don't always agree with Yasha's critics, but yeah. We do really appreciate because he always feels honest and okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean that's an easy mistake to make. And yeah, we agree. And the thing is, like, he also does videos about hundreds of hours stuff as well. Like, there is literally a video called "I played 100 hours of EverQuest. Should you?" Which is one of those style videos, and like, so like, it's not like he doesn't do both, you know. And like, you know, one day he will do Final Fantasy 11, and we know for a fact we will not agree with what he says in that video, because we know him well enough, we know his opinions on games well enough that 11 is gonna get a lot of flack for things that we like, but that's fine. That's completely fine.
There it is. That's the chaos emerald owned by the government.
Final Fantasy 11 is a hard game to like, especially in 2025.
Sorry about this, but I'm taking this emerald. Perfect.
Alright, are you ready? Are you ready? New mission, and then new level. It's time. We're getting new content in Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay. We're finally gonna do what Charmy wants.
Like I've been
This place.
Go away, Dad. We don't want you.
Hey, Shadow. I gotta ask you something. Vector told me that he wants
Alright.
me to find
5 top secret discs. Here's one.
But, like, what's a top secret disc? This yellow water is poison. Don't touch it.
Not yellow, Charmy. Well, it's a little bit yellow, but it's mostly green.
Yahoo! Whoosh! Try not to crash, okay? This thing is way too fun. Yow! There's lots everywhere around here. It's so exciting. Alright! Good job! Shadow, you're so cool.
I think there's a disc here, right?
I think you can grind along that pipe.
Oh? Huh. There was. It's completely fair, Moto. We don't agree, but it's completely fair.
You're, gonna just make them madder. Look, it's those evil creatures. Those red fruit-looking things are really painful. Wow, look at all those tail sepals. Check it out, a giant worm. Look, that big worm is spitting out these little worms. They're trying to get us. Yahoo! Number 2. Whee! Shadow, you're so cool. Fire! Hot, hot, hot! If you press the X button while you're on, then you can slide right under things. Whee!
Feels like we missed the disc.
Look! It's a war zone! Yahoo! Super fast! Do you think that you could use one of those alien saucers to get to that panel? Wow! John's got so many robots! They're on our side though, right? Hey, don't drag me into this!
And we could have sworn we had like learned these disc locations from just playing this level over and over again, but not finding them. There's one.
Excellent! Excellent! That's 3! I'm so psyched! Jump! Whee! I think you can grind along that pipe.
One up here, right?
Behold the ultimate power.
Yeah, there's.
That makes 4 of them. Only one more.
This device to teleport backwards.
Jump! There's 4 of them. Shadow, you know what to do. I think it's dangerous up ahead.
There it is. Okay, we didn't miss one.
Got 'em! All of them!
Once I've got all the Chaos Emeralds, then I'll know the truth. Perfect.
Aren't you done yet? At this rate, the entire day will be wasted.
Yeah! Whole day wasted.
Hey, back off. Data retrieval isn't exactly my specialty.
Let me do it then.
Stop bugging him, Charmy!
An assassin?
Well, if it isn't Shadow, your timing is impeccable. You know that Eggman fella pretty well, don't ya? Well, we need your help to hack into his computer. Don't ask why, and we don't have any more time to waste.
Well, what a coincidence. I'd like to know what the good old doctor's up to as well.
Whoa! This may be the big case. Espio, we're counting on you.
Roger that.
Mad Matrix. Here we go.
The doctor has got to know something.
Now we're in Eggman's computer instead.
Shadow, thanks for your help earlier. Actually, I need to extract some data out of Eggman's database. Lending me a hand? Hey, this is a barrier set up by any intruders. Attacking these things makes them split up into
What are y'all talking about? What kind of nonsense are you saying? Oh, a jet clip. Oh, okay. We don't know the jet clips enough by heart. You could like totally just like say anything and then tell us it was a jet clip. We would fall for it. Yeah. Oh right. Yeah. You can remember that.
That's one of the terminals. All right, let's... What? The data is fragmented. These terminals...
Shadow, now you must destroy this space as well.
Oh.
Bombs have already been set and destroyed. All you want to do is trigger the bombs with some firepower.
say the least. Most Final Fantasy games have stuff more. Like from elemental weaknesses to specific like non-damage moveset. Actually, a big one would be Final Fantasy 13. Of course, we don't like that game. That game is really big on like adding variety to combat in that regard. Same way a Pokemon does it. Oh no.
Collecting keys will allow you to unlock certain
Oh, this is why did it need 30 of these? It's such a ridiculous number, even for this game. Yeah, it's pretty bad, honestly. I mean, at least it's playable. It's not Cosmic Fall, but yeah, this is pretty rough. Probably the second worst level. This one.
that so-called scientist.
At least it's pretty.
His robots with ballistic shield. Destroy it.
Oh, one over there. Yeah, this level is a bit like Central City in that it's kind of like an open-ended level, with like a lot of back and forth routes. Like that aspect's pretty cool, but yeah, it's a rough one. There, okay, so we need to go, okay. Oh. Well. Reach the bomb. What do you mean time is running out? Doom, Dad, listen. You placed these bombs. How did you place these bombs without a way to detonate them? How is it the second time you have an entire level where you place bombs everywhere, yet somehow we need to manually go and detonate them? Take care, Moto. Oh, no! Pain.
Another set of color panels, but I can't reach them, at least not directly. Another set of color panels, but I can't reach them, at least not directly.
That is such a Fantasy Star Online ass sound. But... Hi, Dad.
We must destroy this space as well. Bombs have already been set there to destroy everything. All we need to do is trigger the bombs with some firepower.
Also, what do you mean firepower? How are we supposed to shoot at these? They're nowhere near where we would need to like shoot from. Old Windows Star jingle? Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah. This is a Windows ME computer, fuck yeah. Oh. There's a Finnish artist named Windows 95 Man. Music we really like. Just speaking of old Windows 9X systems.
There's no time to rest.
When am I gonna do another Windows? And like, are they gonna keep going with their pretend numbers? Windows numbering is like the funniest fucking shit ever, cause like Windows 1, like Windows 2.0, Windows 3.0, and then you know like you have 3.1, 3.11, but like okay, fair enough, those are points, so like fine. Windows 95, 98. Windows ME, Windows 2000, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7. And their logic for 7 was that 1, 2, 3 were 1, 2, 3, the 9X ones were 4, okay, 2000 and XP were 5. Okay. And Vista was 6. Okay. So Windows 7. Okay, fair enough. Like, it's silly, but okay, at least you explained it. Windows 8. Yeah, okay. Self-explanatory. 8.1. Alright, you've done that before, no worries. Windows 10. Do you know... Hello, Fawn. Do you know why Windows 10 is called Windows 10? Because they didn't want to worry about it clashing with Windows 9X. So they just jumped to 10. And then 11. And it's like... Why even use numbers then? Why use numbers if they don't mean anything? So silly. Yeah, Windows 11 is pretty old now, isn't it? The Windows 11 was like pre-COVID, I think. Hey Siri, when did Windows 11 release?
Where are you going? All the bombs are above the circuits.
Why can't this ever give us any good information? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. When did Windows 11 release? Okay, so it was during COVID. Okay. And you're right, Xbox 360 followed by Xbox One. Yeah, that's another one. But again, that it was a bad idea. But they at least had an idea behind it. So the reason the Xbox One was called the Xbox One was because they noticed that when they made the Xbox 360, everyone was just calling it the 360. It was just called the 360. People just shortened it to 360. I'm playing this on 360. So they thought, they foolishly thought, if they name a console the One and tout it, Xbox One, and tout it as the one place for all media, by giving like TV access and movies and sports and all these things, people will refer to it as the One. It'll be the one place for multimedia access. Obviously that did not happen, but that was the idea. That's what they thought would happen. And it's really fucking funny that they thought that would happen. But at least they had an idea there. And when that didn't work out, they did the new thing, which a lot of people think inaccurately that the current Xbox generation is called Series X. No, that's not it. We don't know what the generation number or generation title is called, because from now on, the Xbox systems are just called Xbox. Period. Nothing else. Just Xbox. And Xbox will be releasing in Series X models and Series S models from now on. That's the plan. So the next generation of Xboxes will also be Series X and Series S. That's their plan. Which is a bold plan, if nothing else. Wouldn't say it's a good plan, but it's a bold plan. But yeah, so we went from Xbox 360 to Xbox One back to Xbox. And Series X and Series S is more the equivalent of like Pro and Lite, or Elite and Arcade, depending on which era of the 360 you got. Yeah, it is very silly. But to be honest, we'll take that over boring. We're still super disappointed. The Switch 2 is called the Nintendo Switch 2. They could have called it anything. It has magnets that snap on. You could call it the Nintendo Snap. They even do the thing in their directs. Like, come on. There were other options. But yeah. PlayStation, super boring. Numbers are boring, you know. It's like everyone is saying like, oh, these want to avoid a Wii U scenario. And we honestly think people who say that don't understand what happened with the Wii U. People think the Wii U's issues began and ended with the name. And like, no, that was not it. The name was a problem, for sure. But most people who didn't understand it was a new device were told, oh, it's a new device, and they went, oh, okay, and then they knew. That wasn't why it didn't sell. There was a bunch of problems with that. So, like, yeah. It's very silly to be like, oh, they just want to avoid a Wii U situation. It's like, first and foremost, this is closer to a Wii U situation. Because the reason people thought the Wii U was a peripheral rather than a console was because it still used the name of the previous console, which the Switch 2 also does. Yes, it's clear about being a successor, but like, the Wii U was already a pretty boring name. And we get what we were thinking with it. It's like, hey, we did a Wii, like, we, the pronoun. Now we're doing you, the pronoun. But yeah, it just did not work. Are we done here? Surely we can't be done. They're all here, right? All the 30 ones. Yep, there's still one over there. We gotta learn the ideal path to take for this, because this is taking forever. We're gonna have to do this, you know, from 50 times or something. There's one. Who left? No. Not bad. Going. No, fuck! Where the fuck are we now? Oh, that was confusing. Okay. There's one over there. Alright, guess we're going for that one. This way. One left. Where's the last one? Where's the last one? I think it should be over here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, this is definitely a case where, like, when we play this game again, we're gonna, like, look up what the, like, ideal path to take for this are, and, like, print them out or something so we can just do it quickly.
Even if it takes everything I've got, I will get the truth from you, Doctor.
What?
Perfect.
We got an A rank with an 8,940 score? What the fuck? We got 0 time bonus. How do you not get an A rank on that? I mean, we're thankful, but like, what the fuck?
So, I see you sneaky rats are back again, huh?
Damn, we've been detected.
Doctor, please tell me. I need to know about my past. Who am I? What am I doing here?
Are you still wondering who you are, Shadow? There's nothing to tell, Shadow. You have no past.
What?
Don't listen to him. He's just trying to trick you. You've got to focus. Destroy him and let's get out of here.
Oh, you little sneaky thief. I'll smash you to pieces.
All talk and no action. Typical.
Oh shit.
The head of that robot controlling him. That's where you've got to destroy him.
You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? No, you asked for it. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier.
I think you can use that robot to make it up there.
You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know what they say? The more the merrier. You know curses. I won't forget this.
Hey chat, do you know what they say? Ah, okay, yeah.
No
Yeah.
past. What do you mean by that, Doctor?
It's funny, we were thinking the other day, like, huh, we haven't heard that line yet. That's a classic, like, obnoxious line from this game. Why haven't we heard that? That was why. It's in that boss fight. We thought it was in Egg Dealer, not Egg Breaker. Thought it was something that he said when he gets his, when the egg pawn spawn in.
Shadow, I need to get back to my base and restore order. Help me get away from these pesky gun soldiers who are on my tail.
Are you the original? If you are searching for Eggman, he's fleeing aboard his airship, the Egg Balloon. If you wish to confront him, then help me ground his vessel.
Punish the humans who made you suffer.
Wait, punish the humans who made you suffer? You said we have no past because we're an android.
To fire your
And we haven't suffered.
I'll board my airship.
Pick a story and stick with it, Eggman.
There are still lots more left. Yeah, that's... My counter-strike force will take care of this. My specially selected robots are keeping the door to this room secure. Whoa! You can jump to release yourself from the parachute. Hurry up and finish off the gun crew. Don't go smashing up my robots! Shadow, get in! Show them we're not to be taken so lightly. Press the X button when you're near some rings to use the light dash move. Try going up.
I think you can get an end weapon this powerful this early. I guess it is because it's useful when hunting down the egg balloon. Yeah, this is stage 4. No, 5. Okay, so yeah, it's actually not that late then. Early then.
You can use your light dash where those rings are.
Oh, shit.
How would you like my secret base? God doesn't stand a chance of getting inside.
Whee! No! Fuck. No!
Behold the ultimate power.
Of all times to get that.
Who do you think your enemy is? It might not be as good as my own robot, but it does have some good weapons. Attack from a distance. What are you waiting for? Use your attack to get past here.
Know what they say? The more the merrier. Fuck!
Damn, not here.
Only a few more. You can do it. I'm going to reduce my altitude. Shadow, go up and take care of the gun soldiers. It might not be as good as my own robot, but it does have some good weapons. Attack from a distance. What are you waiting for? Use your homing attack to get past here.
Are you fucking serious right now? There.
Show them we're not to be taken so lightly. Out of the way, gun head. There's just one more somewhere. That's it, Shadow.
Alright. Now we have to fight the egg breaker again!
I have a use for the doctor. I won't let you humans interfere with my plans. Perfect.
This is what you get for turning against your master. Oh, you asked for it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Time. Eggman is out of attack range. Find another method of attack. Next time.
Was that sub 13?
Won't be so lucky. Just you wait and see.
Ugh.
An android? Me?
I don't believe you.
Perfect.
Black Comet Dark Mission. Let's kill all the gun soldiers, right? Now the exposure of our camera is bad again. What the fuck? Maybe it's, actually, it probably says brighter out, actually.
5K.
Shadow, those humans are trying to ruin our base. Exterminate those vermin once and for all. Yes, that's it. Put every last one of them. Go on. So, the humans have decided to play their hand, have they?
Okay.
Absorb some of the red liquid by speed passion. Go down.
Death to all who oppose me.
Use one of our air sources. That toxic substance.
Whoa! Oh, that could have gone really bad. Yes, we're not gonna swim in the Grimace Shake. We know. Hi, Knuckles.
Going to be the final showdown, Shadow. I'll tear up this alien comet with my bare hand.
Go on.
Actually had to, Dad.
Destroy them. Go down. Our great black-armed soldiers are so easy to contain.
For some reason, I probably saw a robot there.
Nothing to us. We are merciless too. Yes. Show them all how powerless they truly are.
Death to all who oppose me.
Oops. That's not what we meant to do.
Done, Shadow. Destroy those insults now. Use that light to go home.
Death to all who oppose me.
Infinite Chaos Blast ammo is like so much fucking fun. There we go.
You should be able to jump up on
That isn't gonna lose it now. Maybe not. Oh, now we're gonna lose it. But still, that might be the longest we've held a Chaos Blast so far. That was like almost 2 minutes of Chaos Blast or something. That's the power of the chain gun right there. Best weapon in the game.
Death to all who oppose me.
Okay. And 2 more. 1 more. Done.
Done, Shadow.
Let the humans await their final judgment day. Perfect.
I've waited years for this. Now let's finish.
I never thought I'd have to fight you like this, but I guess I have no choice.
Indeed. One final dance with Abe.
Bad, Shadow. It's just getting started.
Take this.
This is the worst version of the album boss fight because this arena is just so frustrating and Sonic never jumps for some reason. He just gets stuck in the tree and doesn't do shit.
Fire! Charge commence. Just wait, Shadow. Take this.
Okay, good.
Pretty good. Now, playtime's over.
Hold still, you devil. Hold still, you devil. Hold still, you devil. Hold still, you devil.
One last time. Here we go.
Still, you devil.
Oh, okay, no, never mind. Oh. Play the line, Diablon! One last time! Not that line! Yay! Oh, oh. Okay, one more time.
Game over, Sonic. Perfect.
And with that, we have finished the 79th playthrough. Eat Black. It's been a lot of fun. And as we have mentioned already, we will be doing more of this, just not as part of this ongoing active event. We still have 5 levels left to play. The next level we'll get to play is this one. Wondering, what level is this? Well, when we do Mad Matrix Hero, we will get to... Oh, we haven't saved that far ahead. We think this is Lost Impact. Which is the other Arc flashback level. We also have Glyphic Canyon, which used to be our favorite level. Lethal Highway. Carnival Park. No, Circus Park. Circus Park. And then this one, we're not sure. Nothing rings a bell. What it could be. But yeah, we'll be seeing those in the future. We of course want to give a very special thank you to everyone who has donated throughout this event. We have gathered $733 for Project Hope's medical relief in Gaza. We'll keep on doing this work throughout the year until we're done, and we're not even a third of the way. We'll keep going. How about we end this stream by watching the opening cutscene, the opening cinematic together. I haven't done that since the first stream. Here we go. Crank up the volume a bit too. Oh, I see no hear no evil. Black writings on the wall. Unleashed a million faces, and one by one they fall. Black-hearted evil, brave-hearted hero. I am all I am, all I am. I am. Here we go, buddy. Here we go, buddy. Here we go. Here we go, buddy. Here we go. Go ahead and try to see through me. Do it if you dare. One step forward, two step back. I'm here. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery. Step inside and hold on for dear life. Do you remember me? Capture you, set you free. I am all of me. I'm 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 all of me. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a blast. We had so much fun, and it was for a good cause. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for helping out Gaza. And remember, free Palestine, fuck Israel, end genocide, go to your local demonstrations, keep sharing fundraisers, not just our fundraiser, all fundraisers, until the fucking Zionist occupation and siege of Palestine ends. We keep on pushing for this. Eurovision is next month. Don't fucking watch it. Not as long as they keep Israel. They should not be allowed to compete. They kicked out Russia over invading Ukraine. And you know what? That was justified. Now do the same for Israel. Love you all. But give a very special thank you to our wonderful regular supporters. Y'all are. Lost our mouse cursor. Ahmed G, Alana D, Aya, Bear of Dirt, Kaylee, Fadeleaf, Garden, Haruhase, Hikiri Niyume, Hokase, James M, Jonathan H, Jules, Kid Stubbs, Loose Queen, Micah Rusplin, Moto, Rain, Ralph H, Rum Ray, Saga Music, Simran Sevens, Shadow Winchester, John Peterson, Spider Rebel News, Sturbit11, The Cleote, and Jorocha. Thank you so much for supporting us. And before we leave, actually, let's see. Hold on. Let us check something real quick. Can we do this? Can we do this? Yeah, we can. All right, let's donate. We're gonna give a donation of our own. All right. Pains. Where do we see the donate? There. All right. Our last donation was. Birth of a God. Okay. See? All right, and then we're gonna that one. If you don't know, we are doing donation for every ending we have got, or every library entry we've gotten. But we're a bit behind because of, well, we don't have money. So we're adding in another 7 of them now. There we go. $7 more, but now it's $7.40. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you around.